It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and the spotlight is on Najee Harris. He was steady for him on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Steelers and the Browns on Monday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Tonight, it's the second of our Monday night doubleheader, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
This fielded right at the goal line. Oh, good return up past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds. Now the Cleveland offense ready to go to work behind the three-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his second season now as a Brown, number 7 overall.
Just 6 games played for Watson in his debut season with the Browns, which really limited how much he could step into the franchise quarterback role for the team, but he gets a full slate to do so this season. Remember, his last year in Houston, over 4,800 yards. They expect excellence from him.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard. This defense for the Steelers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 11 carries, 78 yards. On first down, they'll run with Hunt.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
On second down, right back to Hunt. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. From the red zone now, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now a 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Steelers offense set for their first possession here, and it's Kenny Pickett who will lead the way, the second-year man, Charles, from Pitt.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 16. Now the 3rd-year man, Najee Harris. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Now here's another carry for Harris. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball on both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 14 carries, 116 yards, and a trip to the end zone. So
coming off the opener where they established the run and established it well, their goal is to make sure that the trend continues and to serve notice to the rest of the league that they might be a run-first team.
They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. Straight ahead with Warren. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. Now 2nd and 9. As they've got it as we resume action. Looking to throw, Pickett. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What'd I do? Rocky. Two Rockies.
I saw that. I got it. And, you know, and right now, they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves. If we're going to have that kind of a reference, they've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Harris. Able to push his way through. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Pickett. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Sione Takitaki, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here's Pickett. Going for Boykin, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson inside the 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor there. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. To the air on first down with Pickett. A short one there to Freiermuth. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down. Now Pickett. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Dialing up another pass here. Pickett. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Setting up the screen, Harris. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Pickett. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have the Steelers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Pickett right back to the air again. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Pickett back to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Pickett trying to get his guys up quickly to the line of scrimmage. Second down, here's Pickett. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Steelers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Boswell's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately, they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with, and they say challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point by York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. These two coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Pickett to throw on first down. A short one there to Freiermuth. He's across midfield, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
That's another Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 40.
Pickett will look to throw it here. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. George Pickens, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers have got it back to within a score. Pickett will try to throw for this. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Well, the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 30 yards there, and of course the 1st down as well. Here's Watson. Cooper, 30 yards, and they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point by York is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. George Pickens and the Steelers headed back out for another series. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hit.
Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble, and this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Recovered by Cleveland.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. He's got Akins, the tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run with Chubb. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Steelers' 6-yard
To throw is Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Amari Cooper with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Browns take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. York now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's Amari Cooper who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
at the 26-yard line.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Kevin Stefanski consulted with his guys above, and they've told him throw that challenge flag.
The previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On the give, this is Harris. And some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 84 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And fights through one man. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
That's another Steelers first down. First and 10.
They run again with Harris. Fights through him. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Now Pickett will look to pass it. Looking for Pickens. He's got him on the out route. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up second down.
1 yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 14-yard line.
They hand this off to Harris, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 15. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's a 2nd and 8. And Chubb will try the middle here. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. The Browns on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Watson. And he is caught. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
It's a gain of 20. And the Browns first down.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down. It actually aids the defense in that situation.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
2nd and 7. Here's Watson, option left. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 9 yards. And a Browns 1st down.
And Watson's going to throw it here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, a 24-yard touchdown.
And the Browns are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is now 24. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
That's complete to his tight end Freiermuth.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no 1st down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. A beautiful fake. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they?
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.